So today I purchased and received a new lens. You may have been able to notice this is quite a wide angle for my vlogs. You also may notice that I have a big smile on my face because it is making me very happy. Getting this new lens has been on the bucket list for me for about a year, I'd say. My journey with photography and videography started out with the Nikon series. I then switched pretty recently to Sony. Now Sony was advertised to me to be the best videography camera, and that's exactly what I wanted to get into. So I decided on it and I've stuck with it ever since. It's been a favourite. I think because getting used to the controls was pretty easy, and now that I am used to them, it'd be stupid to try and switch to a different language, essentially. I then bought this 28-70 telescopic full frame lens, my first full frame lens to fit onto my full frame camera. I love this. I'm going to continue to use it. It's not being retired, it's not going to stop being used. It's a great corporate lens. It's full frame, it's got onboard steady shot, and it's very practical for what I want to get into. But now onto the big stuff. I got it today in the post. This 16-35mm ultra wide lens. I can't tell you how excited I am to use this and to have it. I mean, just look at how wide it goes. I got all these lenses after something happened with my original 18-135 telescopic APS-C lens. I went on a pretty cool bike ride recently and I wanted to document it. This was a good lens for doing so, but I dropped it. It now, after a certain amount zoomed in, doesn't automatically focus on your subject. So I wanted to talk about my experience with using this lens on my trip across the entire length of France. A few vlogs ago, I told you about the story of the punctured tyre. I set out on that journey always wanting to film it. I had a good setup. I had this Sony A7 Mark III and my 18-135, unfortunately APS crop sensor, and this Rode microphone. So I was set up well. I knew that I could film what I wanted to film. I could record myself talking and speaking to a camera, knowing that the footage I got would be of a decent standard. The fact that my lens was 135mm at this top end was very good for me because I was out in the open. I was looking at stuff that was quite a distance away, and being able to zoom in on stuff like that was really useful. Throughout my entire ride, the back of my bike was set up where I had the two pannier bags either side of my wheel and a soft tent on the top in the middle. I then had a bungee cord that stretched around the tent to hold it in place, and it was clipped to the underside of my saddle. I decided to put my camera underneath the bungee cord so it was held down by the bungee cord to the tent. It worked really well, and it would work again if I tried it again, and I probably will do it again, because as much as my mum thinks, that is not the reason that my camera lens has broken, and it's not the reason it fell off. The day that my camera lens fell off was a fairly average, easy day. It was about 11 days in when it happened. I was making myself lunch on a rock, and I'd set my camera up on the other side of the road. Everything went well. I filmed it correctly, filmed it well, put all the stuff away, and then I put my camera on the back of my bike. This time, however, I hadn't strapped it to the back of my bike. I placed it on top of the tent underneath the bungee cord. I then decided to get on the bike, started cycling off, and as you can imagine, it came off underneath me. At first I had a rattle. It went between my legs, next to my feet and my pedals, and I sort of kicked it to the ground basically. I then realised what I'd done, stopped immediately, got off my bike and turned around. Now, as you can see on the actual lens, if I'll get it, it was like this, obviously attached to the camera. It was like this and it fell like this, and honestly without this lens cap it would have been completely destroyed. But you can see, if I zoom in, it's got some defects, and I don't know if you can hear it. The clicks either side when it hits the end is fine, but what sounds like wind in the middle should not be happening. So something has gone on inside the lens, and it no longer autofocuses correctly. It was a disappointing moment on my tour, one that I will not forget as much as I want to, but I think I can get it fixed for a reasonable price. At some point next month, I'm going to take it to Shoreditch, I believe, where there's a shop that I can hand it in for £6 instead of the 50 that Sony asks to pay for it, and hopefully I'll take it away and get it sorted. It's currently the 3rd of October. Unfortunately, not much of a vlog today because I didn't film much yesterday. But today, I'm currently filming a vlog, so there'll be one out tomorrow. For now, that's it. Thank you for watching. I will love you and leave you. Ciao.